Hello and welcome back to another Telltale video. In today's one, we're going to be looking at the tmnt, the Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution issue number 3. And this issue was one which I was quite curious about and very interested in because of how they were describing the way that things were going to be in this issue. And also got the colorist Luis Antonio Delgado, I think he's called. He's gone on Instagram saying, "Oh yeah, the ending for this issue, such a big bang." And I was expecting some big things for this issue, and I feel like I did get that. But at the same time, I just feel like I'm not too sure. I just feel like at the same time they're trying to make this out to be a bigger thing than what it actually is. But because there's hardly any connection with any of these characters, or they haven't really set things up properly, it just feels like a lot of things are just happening, and it's cool, but I just don't feel any connection, or I just don't care what really happens next. But I'm curious to see what happens next, but just I don't know, I'm just not really feeling that as of right now. So yeah, okay, so with this first bit, we do get see she's using electric powers, and that's when she has a flashback to, not really a flashback, she has a dream, and in this dream, she's talking to April, and that's when she thinks that she's a big monster with all the other turtles. They're all big monsters who are destroying the city, and that's how she really sees herself with the turtles and the powers and all that kind of stuff, which I think could be an interesting thing if they were to go through with it and develop it into a more interesting idea and actually expand upon it, because I do feel like there's elements of this that could be a lot more interesting with how they see themselves as monsters with the powers, and also turtles being hidden from society. I think there are some interesting angles which you could do with this, but because they more or less just go throw away more or less immediately, it feels like it's not really meant to be a big thing. But I'm looking into this way too much, so maybe it probably is. So who knows really. So yeah, after that we do get to see for the majority of the issue, everyone goes back to the base, and also they bring back a news reporter, and that bit there was really giving me vibes of the 1990 movie, with how things were being set up, with how she woke up and saw everyone and she was scared and they were all scared. It was giving me those kind of vibes, and I was really enjoying it. But yeah, so for Odin and Yi, they went off to the medical bay to get treated and all that, and they're talking in the mind thing, and that's when they think, oh yeah, but the monster thing. And also, at the same time, it's revealed here that Uno has a shadow ability that I did mention in issue 1, but I wasn't too sure if it was an actual ability, or if it was just different colours or something along those kind of lines. But now knowing that it was properly intended to be that way in issue 1, it's a useless power, I would say. I mean, what's the point? It should either be camouflage or something, just not go a bit dark in the shadows. It just feels a very pointless skill, and God, he sucks now. So yeah, but other than that, we got April talking to what's his name, Professor Honeycutt, and she revealed that basically because Mikey had some radiation that might have affected the new turtles and all that kind of stuff, which was interesting, I want to say, but at the same time, I want to say I felt like this bit here should have been a bigger thing, but it just didn't come off that way whatsoever. And then also, like I previously mentioned, we do have the reporter talking to Casey, Uno, and Mojo, and there's not really too much really there other than just they got a new person on board, which I wish I could be more excited for this. But again, with just how they've been setting things up within this series, it's just hard to get connected with any of these characters because we don't have any connections to these ones, and it's really hard to get excited for this kind of stuff. But well, we're trying. So yeah. But then after that, we do get to see a guy who I'm presuming is going to be the main bad guy, but again, with how they've been setting things up, it just doesn't feel that way, because he doesn't really feel like he's the big threat, because I think it was in issue 1, I think maybe, but they haven't done anything to set him up as an actual villain whatsoever, and it just feels so weird with the all the riots and all that kind of stuff. And this, I also talk about this stuff now because it all more or less like plays into one another and that kind of stuff. So we've got this bad guy who's sending off the Pearl Dragons to go after the turtles, and we got the Crusader Knights, they're going after the Resistance. So this guy, who I'm not too sure what to really call him, because I can't remember his name, and I don't intend on looking back because sod him. But we've got this guy, he's creating a lot of havoc on the streets, destroying everything, and sending those groups to go where they need to go. And yeah, I mean, I wish I could be even more excited for this, but they haven't really set anything up for this character whatsoever. It just feels like he's just a new addition to the series and trying to set him up to be like the next big bad thing, but he has no real connection to any of the characters or anything like that. He's barely in the story whatsoever, so it's like really hard to like get excited for him or anything they do, and I don't know if they will be able to stop him in the next few issues or not. But even if I do, it's just not going to be a very like enjoyable fight because there's no connection like with the turtles or that guy, whatever he's called. So it's just so weird. But yeah, the Crusader Knights, they go after Resistance. There's not really too much to do there. But we do have the Pearl Dragons. They break into the lair, which I must admit was cool because, well, the Pearl Dragons never get to do too much cool stuff, and to see them in the lair and doing that kind of stuff, it was cool. But there wasn't really too much to it because April self a teddy bear protocol which just floods everything, which I mean, that's definitely a way to just get rid of everyone automatically. It feels like a very I don't feel like she needed to do all that, and at that point, like, why didn't she build in like more like security protocols, like lasers or bombs or something other than just flooding everyone? But yeah, she does that, and that's when everyone just rides off. And yeah, I mean, I'd say that overall for this issue, I feel like this issue did definitely set a lot of things up going forward for this series. But at the same time, with how they've been setting things up for the series with the villains, the characters and everything like that, it's hard to get like invested in the story, seeing where it goes next, because we don't have any connection to most of these characters, and with the most recent villain just being more or less just being tacked on at the very end, it just feels very hard to get like excited to see what we're going to be doing next. But I am a little bit excited to see what we will be doing next, because I'm quite curious, because this is really giving me lots of vibes of the like Shredder Strikes Back story arc, which I love that story arc, and it's really giving me a lot of those kind of vibes. So it's giving me a lot of hope for that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I just don't feel like they're pacing the story up properly, and it feels like they need more issues. So I guess we'll wait and see if it actually fulfills the story and actually make it good. But I don't have too much hope. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you found this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's it for today, guys. If some, please share, subscribe. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. If some, please share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.